All right, so when we think about AI, we usually picture it as this tool for just getting something done, right? Reaching a goal. But what if the smartest AI is the one that's not just obsessed with the destination, but actually cares about the journey itself? Today, we're going to dive into a type of AI that's all about the quality of the path it takes.
I mean, think about it. You definitely asked yourself this on a road trip, right? Is the fastest route always the best one? Because sometimes that shorter path means hitting awful roads or just staring at boring scenery or, hitting a totally unexpected traffic jam. And that exact dilemma, well, that's what separates a pretty basic AI from one that's genuinely intelligent.
So this whole idea really brings us to two very different kinds of AI. You've got your goal-focused agent on one side and your utility-focused agent on the other. And trust me, they have completely different ways of looking at the world. So your goal-based agent, it's super black and white. For that AI, it's all about success or failure. Did I get there? Yes or no. That is literally all that matters. But the utility-based agent? Totally different story. It's constantly asking itself, okay, how happy am I right now in this moment? It's measuring the journey with the whole spectrum of satisfaction, not just, a simple win or lose at the end.
But hold on a second. How does an AI even measure something as, well, human, as happiness? I mean, really? Well, it needs a special tool, something that lets it put a hard number on just how good or bad its current situation is.
And that tool is called the utility function. The easiest way to think about it is like an internal scoring system for the AI. It gives a really high score to a situation it likes, a happy state, and a low score to an unhappy one. It's basically the agent's compass, always pointing it toward a better place.
Okay, I know. That might all sound a little abstract. So let's bring it back down to earth with a real-world story that I guarantee we've all lived through, the classic GPS traffic jam.
So, imagine your GPS. That's our AI agent here. It picks the shortest path. Easy enough. You're driving along, cruising, making great time. From the AI's point of view, this is a happy state, high utility score. But then, bam, problem. A massive, totally unexpected traffic jam pops up. Now you're stuck. You're not moving. The agent is now in a very, very unhappy state. Its utility score just nosedived. So what's it going to do? It takes action. It starts searching and finds an alternative route to get you moving again. And just like that, you're on a new road, making progress. The agent has brought itself back into a happy state. See? It optimized the journey, not just the final destination.
And that right there, that's the core idea. The focus isn't on the end goal anymore. It's all about the state the agent finds itself in after it does something. Is this a happy state or an unhappy one? That becomes the single most important question the AI needs to answer.
So, why does any of this matter? Why does this ability to judge its own happiness make a difference? Well, because in the real world, AI almost never has all the answers. It has to deal with the unpredictable all the time, whether that's navigating traffic, running a factory floor, or even playing the financial markets.
And that big, unpredictable unknown, it actually has a technical name. It's called a partially observable environment. It sounds complicated, but it just means the AI can't possibly know everything about what's going on around it at any given time. There are always going to be blind spots.
Let's bring this right back to our GPS. The AI knows the map data, and it knows where your car is. That's the observable part. But the partially part, the unknown, is huge. It has no way of knowing if there's going to be a sudden accident up ahead, or a protest blocking the road, or what some other random driver's about to do. It's always working with incomplete information, and that is exactly why it needs that utility function so it can adapt on the fly.
So where does this kind of AI fit into the bigger picture? Well, you can think of it as an evolution. You start at level 1 with these really basic agents that just kind of react to stuff. Then you level up to goal-based agents, where you give them a destination. But the real game changer is level 3, the utility-based agent. This one doesn't just have a goal, it has preferences about how it wants to get there. It has a built-in desire to find the happiest path possible. It's just a way more flexible and frankly a much smarter way to solve problems.
So, let's wrap this all up. What's the big takeaway here? What's the better path?
Here it is, the bottom line. The smartest path isn't just about getting to the destination. It's about having the intelligence to choose the best possible state for yourself at every single step of the journey. Real intelligence is about optimizing the process, not just obsessing over the outcome.
And that leaves me with one final question for you. Forget about AI for a second and think about your own life.
How often do you choose a path based on its utility, based on the quality of the journey itself, instead of just racing to the next goal? It's something to chew on, for sure. Thanks for tuning in.